Hey there, Kalyn here, and thanks for joining me for another card video. Today I'm using this Stampin' Up! Floral Phrases set, and this is actually a rubber stamp set, but they have those cling backs on them, so you can still use your clear blocks because they have these stickers on the front, so you still have a good idea of where you're placing the images. So anyway, I'm going to be using a few of these stamps to make a wedding congrats card. I'm also using this set of dies from Stampin' Up! As well. It's the Stitched Shapes Framelits dies. So they come with squares, circles, and ovals, and I'm just going to be using the largest the largest circle in this set. So I'm just taking a few of these stamps, placing them where I think I might put them in the circle. I definitely know I'm using that congratulations sentiment in the middle, but then kind of playing around with where I think I want that floral piece and where I want that floral border. So I'm just going to cut out that stitched circle using some vanilla cardstock and then going to stamp my congratulations sentiment in the middle. And I'm using some navy ink from Hero Arts to do that. Now I'm taking that border stamp and I'm just putting that on my block, and I'm going to use some Sweet Blush ink from Papertrey ink, and I'm going to stamp that along the bottom and the top of that stitched circle die. Now I'm taking my well-loved Confetti 6x6 paper pack from Crate Paper. I use this a ton because it just has gorgeous colors and patterns in it. So I'm using this teal or mint kind of triangular or diamond shape pattern, as well as just a scrap that I had of a really subtle mint pattern. I think it's a stripe, but you really can't tell, so it kind of acts as a solid in this case. So I'm just kind of placing them on my card front and seeing maybe how they'll work together if I have my circle in the middle. And I decided that I'd have them about equal portions, a little bit more on the bottom than the top. Well, actually, no, the other way around. A little bit more on the top than the bottom. There you go. So then I placed my circle, my sentiment right in the center, and I like the way that that looked. So now I'm bringing in that floral stamp piece and I'm going to put that behind the circle, both at the top and the bottom. I'm going to stamp that flower image down with some mint macaroon ink from Stampin' Up! And just going to place where I think that circle is going to go and kind of get an idea of where I'm going to put the flower part. So just inking that stamp up and putting it about at the top of that blue patterned piece. And if you're wondering why that stamped image looks a little bit uneven, it's because the actual texture of this rubber stamp is meant to kind of have a bit of a weathered look to it. So it's kind of hard to tell just by looking through my clear block, but if you take a look at the images of this stamp set online, which I will link to in the description box, you'll see that it's kind of meant to have that worn look to it. Now I'm just taking some chipboard from an old Crate Paper Valentine's set. I thought that these floral chipboard stickers just looked perfect with the color scheme I was going for, and I knew that I wanted something kind of bold, kind of a focal point on top of my focal point. So just adding that flower at the bottom to kind of ground it, and then the flower at the top as a pretty accent. Now that I know just about where everything's going to be placed, I'm just taking my favorite glue, the Tombow Mono Multi Glue, and just adhering down both those pieces of pattern paper. So now I'm just placing that focal point down on my card, and I decided that I wanted it to be popped up. I was sort of playing with that here and seeing if I liked a little bit of shadow behind it, and of course I do. I pretty much want to pop up everything. So no surprise here that I'm adding some foam squares to a couple parts of that circle so it'll stay nice and balanced, and just peeling those off and then going to adhere it down to the card. So I knew I was just about done, but I saw some sequins sitting on my craft desk and thought, yep, that's exactly what this needs. So I just added a couple bigger sequins, and then I had a bag of smaller ones. So you'll see me kind of placing these, seeing how many I want on there, and I just love the way that the kind of holographic look to these sequins brings out both the pink and the green on the card. It just worked out perfectly. So I'm just taking some tiny glue dots and using those to adhere these down. You could use whatever adhesive you like. I just find that these are super quick and easy, and you don't have to wait for the sequins to dry. So here I am just taking those smaller ones and kind of sprinkling those around, seeing where I like them, and then that's going to finish off the card. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Thank you so much for doing so. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to catch my latest crafty videos. All the supplies that I use will be linked in the description box below this video so you can try them out for yourself. Thanks so much for watching.